If you've been told your labs are normal, yet you still wake up exhausted, achy, foggy, and just wondering if it's possible to feel this bad when nothing shows up on paper, this video is for you. Hi friends, my name is Dr. Wada. I'm a quadruple board certified pediatric and adult allergy, immunology, lifestyle medicine physician. I'm also someone who lives with chronic illness, and today we are going to talk all about the truth. Your immune system and your energy systems are deeply connected, and the real issue often lies in a place that standard blood work and labs never look: your mitochondria. This is your body's cellular power grid, and today we're going to map this out using my Immune Confident 4R framework: recognize, reclaim, rebel, and rise. Our journey today is going to start with step one, which is to recognize what's going on. You've probably been through the cycle. You feel absolutely drained, like you're wearing a lead suit, or when you wake up, you are just as tired as when you went to sleep. You go to your doctor, you get some blood work checked, your thyroid looks okay, your blood count looks reasonable, your kidney and liver function looks okay. Maybe even your vitamin D is in a good place or says it's normal, and yet you still feel absolutely awful. And that's because most labs are looking at structure rather than function. They can't see how efficiently our cells are producing energy or how well your immune system is regulating inflammation. And it's when that function starts to falter that fatigue becomes one of the earliest warning lights to go off. If this is hitting close to home, I put together a free downloadable guide called the Immune Confidence Energy Map. It's a simple little workbook that breaks down exactly what I'm about to explain: how your immune system, your mitochondria, and energy are all connected, and what early signs to watch out for. You can grab it right now using the link in the description or over at drcarawada.com/energy. It's a great companion for this video, and you can refer back to it after you're done watching too. So moving on, how do we recognize what's really going on? Let's make this visual. Imagine your immune system is a big, bustling city, a metropolis where things run smoothly. The city is humming along. Your firefighters can handle small fires. These are your inflammatory cells. The sanitation teams are clearing up debris. These are the cleanup cells. Traffic lights are functioning, keeping flow and order. These are your regulatory cells. That is a healthy, balanced immune system rhythm. Now, what keeps that entire city alive? The power grid. This is your mitochondria. They make the energy, which is ATP, that powers every single cell, but especially your immune system cells. They also act like the city's main control center, sensing danger and making decisions based on that. When mitochondria lose efficiency, immune system balance falters, and I call this immune gridlock. It's when your energy and your immune systems get stuck in overdrive. And what does it feel like when your power grid starts to fail? Your mitochondria are strained by things like chronic stress, blood sugar swings, poor sleep, nutrient deficiencies or gaps, and ongoing immune activation. And in these situations, the system loses power. That's when you start to feel that bone deep fatigue, that endless cups of coffee just can't fix, brain fog, difficulty remembering words, difficulty concentrating. Your body aches, feels painful to the touch, or you have inflammation that just won't calm down, and you're slower to recover even after minor stresses or illnesses like a cold or a flu. None of these things is going to show up neatly on standard lab tests, but your body sees it and hears it, right? We're recognizing that these symptoms are a signal from your power grid, and that is the first and most important step. Once we see that pattern, we can move to step two, which is to reclaim. And this isn't about pushing harder. It's about practical, science-backed ways to help support your mitochondria and your immune city recover their rhythm. We are literally trying to repair the grid, and we do this in a few different ways. First, we're prioritizing restorative sleep. This is when our mitochondria do most of their repair work, a process called mitophagy. Getting good quality and enough quantity sleep is really critical. And sometimes this means that we need to meet with a sleep expert in order to achieve that restorative sleep. Number 2 is stabilizing blood sugar. Big glucose swings are like power surges that burn out the grid. We want steady, consistent energy. And this is why for many people, making some dietary changes can be really beneficial. It doesn't mean that we have to do huge elimination diets or cut certain food groups totally out, but it does mean steering away from refined sugars, added sugars, processed, ultra processed foods that are going to have us riding the blood glucose roller coaster, and instead opting for things that are whole grain, complex carbs, and or balancing those with healthy fats and proteins so that we stay more steady. Part 3 is replenishing our core nutrients. These are the building blocks for our cells and parts of our cells like our mitochondria. We think of minerals like magnesium, B vitamins, CoQ10. These are the raw materials for that power grid. Now, we don't necessarily need to take these in supplement form. Oftentimes, we can get these in those very foods that are going to help stabilize our blood sugar, but sometimes we do need to replace a little extra, especially if we have low vitamin D, low B12. Step 4 is moving with rhythm. We want to try to incorporate, if we can, gentle strength training, walking. This helps us build new mitochondria and increases your energy grid's capacity. Now, this has to be done with thoughtfulness, because if we are pushing you into what's called post-exertional malaise, or you're overdoing it and you're paying for it days later, we're essentially shooting ourselves in the foot, so to speak. And we want to find something that pushes us a bit, but doesn't overdo it. And that can take some practice. Lastly, we need to restore our body's safety signals. Deep breathing, time out in nature. These things tell your power grid it is safe to exit danger mode and go back to efficient energy production that is associated with rest and digest. Now, moving on to step 3, this is a crucial mindset shift. We need to rebel. When your immune system and energy systems are overworked, fatigue isn't weakness, it's communication. To rebel or rebel means rebelling against the external message that your labs are normal, so you must be fine. It's pushing against the internal narrative that you're lazy, you're broken, or you're failing because you're fatigued. And it's pushing back against that push through culture that pushes us to ignore our body's intelligence signals. Your fatigue is your body's early warning system. And by listening, you are not giving up. You are powerfully advocating for your own biology. And that brings us to step 4, rise. Rising is where you integrate this new understanding into a sustainable practice. With the right cues, your mitochondria are remarkably adaptable. And as you rebalance energy production, inflammation settles, your brain clears, you restore your resilience. This is how you move from being stuck in immune gridlock to truly becoming immune confident. So to recap our 4R path, we need to recognize the signals your body is sending and understand the power grid connection. Reclaim your cellular energy with foundational support. Rebel against the narrative that you're fine, and reframe fatigue as a signal. Rise into sustainable energy and resilience. You deserve care that connects the dots between your energy, your immunity, and your life. And it all starts with recognizing that your exhaustion is real and explainable. If this helped you make sense of what's been happening in your body, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone else who's been told, your labs look fine. Don't forget to grab your free Immune Confident Energy Map from the description below. And remember, you're not broken. Your body is just asking for a recharge. So stay curious, stay kind, and stay immune confident. Until next time, signing off.